that's actually what I want to talk about today is what are you waiting for, right? This is like a crazy busy time of year. And unfortunately, I hear a lot of people who will use this time of year as an excuse, right? So whether it's starting their own business, joining a network marketing company, starting a blog, starting a podcast, writing a book, right? Whatever it is, just going to the gym, right? Give me a comment. Hi guys, give me a comment if you've ever said or heard anyone say, it's just not the right time. It's too busy. Holidays are too busy. I'll start in the new year, right? Who has ever said that, right? Be honest. Comment below if you've ever said that or if you've heard anyone say like, it's just too busy. I'll start in the new year, right? It's why like everyone and their mother joins the gym in the new year. I used to manage health clubs and it was just like this influx of people in the new year. So I had conversations with probably at least a dozen women this summer who were really interested in joining network marketing. But then they said, well, it's not a good time. It's summer, kids are home, we're traveling, et cetera, et cetera. Then it was fall and they're busy. The kids are in school, busy with kids' sports. This one's sick, right? And now here we are with the holidays, right? And we're busy again, right? This is like one of the busiest times of the year. Here's the thing. There's no such thing as a good time to start anything. If you're waiting for the right time, just plan on waiting forever because it's not coming. There's no such thing as a right time. You just have to take a leap and go for it. Whatever it is you want to do, right? Like I said, whether it's starting a blog, starting a podcast, joining a company, starting a company, joining the gym, starting, running a course, signing up for a course, whatever it is, right? You just have to take the leap because being busy, not having money, it's not the right time. Those are all just excuses. And those of you who know me, you know how I feel about excuses, right? I don't like them at all. I think excuses are lies that we tell ourselves so that it doesn't have to be our fault. Like, I would do it, but it's just bad time or kids are home or so-and-so is sick, right? And I say this because I was the same way. I remember when I was about to start my network marketing business, I was considering it, right? And I went to talk to my husband. I was literally praying that he would say to me, that is such a bad idea, don't do it. So then I could be like, I was going to do it, but he said no. Like I wanted him to tell me no, so I have an out. Now, at the time, I was annoyed because he was like, yeah, go for it. You have nothing to lose. Now I'm very grateful because it turned out to be one of the best decisions of my entire life. But I was literally hoping he'd say no. And then it was like, see, I was going to do it, but then it's not on me. Does that make sense? Right? It's like excuses are things that we use so that I would have done it, but it's not my fault, right? And I get it. Believe me, I get it. Taking a leap is scary. I've been there. But what's the alternative? Like, think about that. If there's something you want to do, what's the alternative? Staying status quo, doing nothing, and then waking up in 10 or 20 years knowing you didn't go for it? See, to me, that's far scarier. And studies have actually proven that the biggest regrets people have are not the risks they take, it's the risks they didn't take. That's what people regret later in life. Okay, I'm just a big believer, like nothing changes if nothing changes. If you want anything in your life to be different, you've got to make a change. You have to do something different. You have to take the leap, right? So let's talk about some of the fears that hold people back from doing anything, whatever it is, right? One of the biggest ones is what if I fail, right? It's the fear of failure. Well, get used to it, right? Because failure is essential to success. You have to fail to succeed. Success is simply failing over and over and over again and learning from it and getting back up and doing better every time. Think about your children, for all of you who are moms, right? They didn't just stand up one day and start running across the room. They fell 100 times. They fell on their faces. We told them, get back up. Now they walk without even thinking about it. Same thing with riding a bike. They don't even have to think about riding their bikes. They just get on them and go. But think back to when you were teaching them, how many times they had to fail. And there were, I'm sure, I know with my kids, there were times they were like, I don't want to get back on that bike. But you encourage them to. But now as adults, we have to do the same for ourselves. You're going to fail. It's the only way to learn. Right? But you pick yourself back up and you keep going. The only way to truly fail is to quit. Okay? The other really big fear I think people have is, what will people think? And I have a couple of thoughts on that. First off, people are not thinking about you as much as you think they are. Most people are too busy worrying what everyone's thinking about them to even think about you. And if they are thinking about you that much, then they need to get a hobby because clearly they have just way too much time on their hands, right? But the other thing is people are always going to have an opinion, no matter what you do. So why not just do what you want to do? Do what makes you happy. You're never going to make everybody in the world happy. Do what makes you happy because they're going to have an opinion no matter what, so you can't let it stop you. One of the other big things I hear is money. I don't have the money, okay? This one, I'm not going to lie, drives me a little crazy because if you don't have money, right? If you not having money is the reason that you're not doing something, think about that, right? So if you don't have money, isn't that the reason to do something to make money? So I'll use network marketing because that's what I'm in, right? So for example, people will say, I want to join, but I don't have the money right now. And I'm like, okay, the reason to do it is to make money. People don't join network marketing or start a business because they just have so much money lying around that they're like, what can I do with all this money, right? Like they join because they want to make more money. That's the whole reason to join, right? So if you don't have money, what's your plan to get the money? Right? Because again, nothing changes if nothing changes. So if you have no money now and you do nothing to change it, then 6 months from now, you're still not going to have money and you still haven't gone for it. Does that make sense? Give me like a thumbs up if you're with me. Because that one just, it literally baffles me. I'm like, okay, you're not joining because you don't have money. So again, I'll use network marketing as an example. The whole point of joining is to make money in very limited time. Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense to you, right? I find that most of the fears that we have are things we've manufactured in our mind. And I'm not saying they're not real, because I get it, right? Like I was the most fearful person in the entire world. But if we actually take the step, we realize that the reality is far less scary than what we had made up in our minds, right? So let me know if there's ever something that you were like scared to death to do, and then you do it and you're like, oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought. Right? Let me know if that's ever happened to you because it's happened to me a million times. I remember the first time I ever sent a message to people in my network marketing business, I literally threw up. That's how scared I was. And then people got back to me with very kind comments. Even when they were saying no thank you, they were nice about it. And I was like, this is what I worked myself up over? This is what I was freaking out about for an entire year? This is fine. I can do this. Right? So sometimes you just have to go for it and realize like, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And the other thing with like waiting for the right time is don't be that person who mistakenly assumes that you're always going to have tomorrow, right? Like life goes fast and I don't want to be like morbid here, but people say like, I'm going to do it in the new year. But then the new year comes and goes. And then it's like, I'm going to do it in the spring. And then the spring comes and goes. And then and like before you know it, years have gone by and you haven't taken one step closer to your goals. So what are you waiting for? Because there's no perfect time. I'm telling you right now, stop waiting for the perfect time. It's not there. You just have to take a leap. And it may just turn out to be one of the best decisions you've ever made, but you won't know if you don't try. Okay? So if there's something you're considering doing, again, whether it's starting your own business, starting a blog, starting a podcast, joining a network marketing team, starting, a coaching business, whatever it is, if there's something you're considering and you need guidance or advice or just a kick in the pants, message me. I would love to set up a free 15-minute call with you, help get you going. And if there's anyone that you know who needs to hear this, either add them to the group or share this video, because I personally think there are far too many people who just stay living in this comfort zone, waiting for the right time, right? And they never take a chance. And I don't think that's a way to live, because I honestly think too many people are going to get to the end of their life and regret that they didn't do things. They're not going to regret that they tried. They're going to regret that they didn't try. So if there's anyone you know that needs to hear this, either share this video or add them to the group. And if you would like to chat, message me. We can set up a call, but stop waiting. All right. If there's something you want to do, go do it. I know this is a busy time of year, but you know what? Busy people do best. So just jump in and go for it. All right. Have a great day, guys.